Hey everybody, today we have a bittersweet video because I have yet another nail in my tire, and as I'm sure many of you can relate, it is a devastating feeling to have a flat on your motorcycle. But this means I get to replace the original tires with a pair of Michelin Anakee Adventure Tires. So the plan is to take these wheels off, head to the local Cycle Gear, get the new tires mounted up, and get back on the road. Okay, so first things first, we're gonna remove the brake rotor. No, not brake rotor. Okay, so first things first, we're gonna remove the brake caliper. Now we'll do the other side. So we're on the other side and I'm realizing that the ABS connection actually has a Torx bolt in it, and I do not have any Torx keys, but we'll get to that when we get to it. All right, so same thing, let's get these bolts off. So I'm actually thinking I don't need to remove that ABS connection because it's not actually connected to the wheel in any way. So I'm gonna see if I can do this without it. Nice. This is a little tight. I think it's okay though. Okay, brake rotors are removed and suspended away from the bike. I think we're ready to move on to the actual axle. Next, we're gonna remove these 12mm pinch bolts. And when I say remove, you don't actually have to remove them all the way, just loosen them up a little bit. All right, now we're actually gonna back out the axle. I'm gonna use this Motion Pro Hex axle tool that Joe Zito recommended. Joe Zito's pretty cool and it seems like he does some good maintenance, so I trust him. Oh God. Oh, I think I can pull it. I'm gonna cradle the tire with my little feet. Oh wow, here it comes. Nice. I think that I can roll it out. Oh my God. Well, it might be a little tight. There we go. Oh my God. I swear it's pretty stable. Okay, one thing I want to be sure I don't lose are these spacers. I'm gonna grab those. All right, I've got the front wheel off. It seems pretty stable on the little platform I made. So I think we're good to move on to the rear. Onto the rear brake caliper. Now I have removed a rear wheel before, so I'm a little bit more confident with this, but anything can happen. There that comes. The second one. Oh, this one feels a little bit bigger. 14. Oh. So it's a 12 and a 14mm socket to get these out. Okay, and here comes that bolt. And I think at this point, this is loose. Yep. I don't know if there's like a bad place to hold onto this. I guess you just don't want the lines to be strained. It seems fine. So to remove the rear wheel, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a ton of slack on the chain by using the adjusters here. That way we have enough slack to actually take the chain off of the sprocket, and then we should be able to take the axle out. Okay, so we're going to loosen this locking nut on the adjuster bolt. We're going to back that out to give us plenty of space here. Now we need to actually tighten the adjuster bolt, because by tightening it is what's going to give us room. And you can see there's a gap there now, and that's going to allow us the room we need to slide the tire forward and give us the space to take the chain off. Just be sure to do it on the other side too. Okay, so I think we should be good to start loosening the axle nut. And now I do want to be careful about how this all comes apart, because I'm sure there's some spacers in there and I want to be sure I don't lose track of anything. And now that the axle is loose, I have some free play in the actual wheel. It might still not be enough to take the chain off. There, look at that. Now if I support the wheel a little bit, I'm gonna see if I can just push this through. Yep. we'll grab this spacer, and then again supporting the wheel with my feet. Oh, wow. And I'm realizing I draped the chain on the wrong side of the wheel, but we'll get to that. But now that it's all loose, that isn't too big of a deal. And we can wheel this guy out. Maybe. So what I was catching was a part of the brake caliper over here. Just be sure you're careful with that. And we're out. Okay, we get the rear wheel out. Grab these spacers, and the right and left are different, so just be sure you're noting that. Grab that one. We got both wheels off. The bike seems pretty stable on here. I think we're good to head to Cycle Gear and get the new tires put on. I don't know if there's a safe way you're supposed to do this, but I'd assume that I'm supposed to protect the brake rotor, and then if I prop the front wheel and the rear wheel, it should protect the rotor on both sides. Get the tires back. All right, we got the tires back from Cycle Gear. That was an adventure, it took over a week. Anyways, we got the tires. I'm gonna throw them on. Tom's here. Hey, Tom. Hi. We're gonna have a nice time, and we're gonna go for a big bike ride. All right, so first things first, we're gonna roll that tire right into here and try to get the chain on, try to get the axle through, tighten everything up. So let's give it a shot. Oh yeah.
So just hold that there. And then I'm gonna need to lift the tire and you can push the axle in. A little higher. It'll be free. Okay, nice. There we go.
And then just back it up towards you a little bit if you can.
Yeah, there we go. Good.
Oh, it's almost there. There, we're through. So the order of this is this spacer, which the adjuster bolt touches here, and then we'll go washer and then the final nut. That spacer, flip it around. So the pointy end, yep. And then this. Okay, so next part here, we're gonna reinstall the brake caliper on the rotor. Wasn't it you, Tom, that said I should wear gloves when I do this?
Yeah, brake dust is like poison.
Oh, there we go. Nice. I need to put the brake caliper in like a little slot, don't I?
Oh, dude, that's right.
So Tom's helping me out here. The rear brake has these little slots for the brake pads that they need to fit into.
All right, there we go.
So he just helped me slip that in there.
There we go, okay.
There. So now we're ready to bolt these down. So tire is on, chain is on the sprocket, and now we're gonna work on the chain slack and alignment. And so to do that, we've got this Motion Pro tool here, which is gonna help us with the alignment of the actual wheel. So we have the Motion Pro tool mounted on the chain and sprocket, and that is essentially telling us which way the wheel is pointed. And obviously we want that to be straight. We're gonna use this bolt here and we're going to either loosen it or tighten it to get the wheel in alignment and also adjust the chain slack. And just keep in mind that as you adjust the left side of this, you also want to be adjusting the right side as well. That's how you're actually affecting the wheel alignment. So if you're pointed a little left here, you're going to want to tighten this side so that the wheel aligns back to the right. That's kind of where I like it. As you can see, we've got the Motion Pro tool on the chain and sprocket there, and looks pretty straight to me. Tom, what do you think?
Looks pretty straight.
Looks pretty straight. Okay, so we've got things in a pretty good spot here. My chain slack seems pretty good. So we're gonna tighten things down, and to do that, we're going to tighten this locking nut right here. right, well I think I've got things dialed to where I'd like them to be, so I'm gonna go ahead and tighten the axle nut now with my torque wrench. It's okay, don't worry. There we go. All right, rear tire is done. It's time to move to the front. So Tom's gonna help me here get the front wheel on. We're gonna roll it in, put the axle through here, and just slowly thread it through to the other side. All right, let's do it. Oh yeah, this happens. There you go.
Oh shit. Can you lift it up again? Mm-hmm. One of the spacers came out. Okay. Hang on. I'm just gonna lift it up. Okay, you can let it down. Okay.
There we go. Oh yeah.
Push, keep pushing.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Nice.
Okay, that's in place.
Okay, so just a word of warning here. I don't have the attachment for my torque wrench to use this. I don't have the torque wrench piece I need to use this, so I'm gonna tighten it here and we're gonna end up torquing it at Tom's house.
Yeah, all right. Nice.
Upon looking in my manual for the actual torque spec for the front, I realized it doesn't have one. And the reason I'm thinking that is that the front axle does have these locking bolts. So I think we're actually okay just tightening that down and then tightening the pinch bolts. All right, so we are on to the last stage here. We're gonna be, I just never can remember the name. All right, so we're on to the last stage here. We're gonna be putting the brake calipers back on the rotors here. We'll do this on both sides, and then this bike will be good to go. Oh, that was easy. All right, tighten these last bolts up. All right, so just a reminder, always remember to pressurize the line by squeezing your brake lever a few times. Be sure you get the feeling back, and be sure you do it on the, I don't care about that one.
Okay, you're good.
All right, we've got the tires on. We are ready to go here. Let's get this thing off the blocks and hit the road. We're ready to roll here. We're gonna take a quick ride through one of our favorite spots. This is just a reminder, fresh tires, ride easy. I'm gonna take it easy and you should too. And we're back. It was a great day riding. The tires felt great. Super happy with how the project came out. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you in the next one.